first half or second half?
You start with him.
I would say we just weren't playing our style of defense like we were the first half. That's just the bottom line. Because there's no way they should have tripled their field goal percentage. But that's not really a testament to how good they are. That's just a testament to how we didn't stay disciplined in terms of defense. That's really just it. It has nothing to do with their field, with them.
Yeah, I think it's more of us than them. I think it was some calls that we let get in our head and we ain't really react the right way, but can't get it back, so we fix it.
In the second half, they shot more closer shots, like 10 feet and closer to the basket, so it's easier for them to make it. But defensively, we can't let that happen. We won't let it happen again.
Corey, the last couple of taps at the very end of the buzzer, what was kind of going through your mind on that, trying to get that win?
I had a chance to save us, and I missed. Got the rebound, I missed again. I don't know. It ain't nothing I can say, Can't get it back, so gonna be better next game.
Any more questions for the guys?
Marvin, thoughts on just kind of going throughout the game there? It just seemed like there was constant back and forth chatter and everything else, and that's one of those areas where the discipline thing has to happen. Thoughts on that for you?
At the beginning of the game, number 2, he bumped into me, he flopped, and then they called a double technical foul on me and him and the ref. And then the coach started telling the ref, like he was on the ref every play. When we went down on defense, he was telling him, watch 10, watch 10, watch 10. So I kept on just trying to play hard, play hard for Coach Barnes, like listen to what Coach Barnes do. Number 2 was a great player. He was the second leading scorer. He finished with 4 points today, 5 turnovers. So I feel like I did a great job guarding him.
It's a game. This is another one to get you ready for conference. Do you feel a game like this brings you guys closer together? I mean, that's obviously one of the big things that they're trying to do. You're trying to do this year. Everyone's trying to really become a cohesive team. What does a game like this do, you feel? Because there was a lot of backing up, your teammates and everything. There just seemed to be a lot more camaraderie. Definitely looking out for each other. They were in the moment too. Thoughts on kind of just what a game like this means to you guys as a team?
As a team, it means everything for us. We always gonna be there for our brothers. Like if our brothers fall down, we gonna go there and pick them up. If our brothers get into a scuffle, we gonna go with him. Like we can't leave. Nobody left behind like in the Army. So getting ready for conference, we just gonna have another chip on our shoulder because in conference play they picked us ninth, and they gonna have to remember that they picked us ninth.
Yeah, I think it makes us closer, it's gonna make us better for the next game and the games going forward, because we ain't want to lose, and especially not at home, and how we did and how we played. We're gonna have to come together and then try to get something done.
I think for me that it does bring us together, like Marv said. Like it really is like a no God left behind type mindset. Corey falls on the floor, and another guy on the opposing team trying to get at him. Like we got to make sure we're there to back him up, whether that's to pull him away or to talk to the ref or whatever we got to do to make sure that Corey's good and our team's good. And now that we lost the game and stuff like that, but just our togetherness and stuff like that takes us a long way. Now we can let each other know when somebody else is tripping, because it's never a thing of like, oh, like I want bad for you. Because on the battlefield, we're here together. We trying to make sure we can back each other up. So it's always a good thing to have games like this to wake us up more and realize that for us to win, we got to come together more.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, guys, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we're joined now by head coach Rod Barnes. Coach, would you please start us with your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, tough game to lose. Obviously, we didn't play well, and you always want to play well. I just thought our team were not as focused as they needed to be, and I thought we've had, some good practices. Thought we were prepared for the game. I thought we got off to a really good start. I think at some point our guys must have thought that it was going to be easy. And I thought from that point on of getting a big lead, I think it was like 12 points, we kind of just played with along. And they're a team that I think averages like 8 or some points a game, so they're going to score the basketball. And we tried to outscore them, and we didn't execute as well as we need to, and got away from our game plan of who we are. And it's caused us to take a tough loss. And it's disappointing, but, that's kind of part of it. I kind of sometimes, you can expect your team maybe not to play as well, but I definitely didn't expect it to happen tonight through just us being on the road and getting our first road win this season, and how the guys kind of came back and the practices that we've had and the shoot-around that we had today. We just wasn't as sharp as we needed to be.
Coach, would you, it was a chippy game from both sides. Would you say you kind of need this player to, need this type of game to fire you guys up ahead of conference?
I think our guys, we got a close-knit team. I just didn't think we handled the situation well. When it got kind of chippy, we were already leading. So just focus on playing and locking in on what we need to do and, get away from all of that. It started right in the beginning of the game, and again, we got out to a big lead, so just do what we do. Let your game speak for you in that situation. And again, I want my guys to protect each other, and I'll protect them too and fight for them. But the bottom line is the plays that ended up happening and what they were trying to do. We got away from focusing on what we needed to do to win the game, and it cost us.
Coach, when the offense gets stagnant like it did in the second half, outside obviously not scoring points, but what do you think the biggest issue was?
Well, we were stagnant in the first half, really. We just scored the ball, This is one thing about our team, because we got more scores on our team, but we wasn't executing. Like, we shot a lot of balls on the front end of what we do. And then I thought guys started really trying to press. Shots that we've been making, I thought they were pressing. But, you can't turn the ball over 20 times when you don't, and they're not pressing, they're not trapping. It's just careless. And that's where we were, but we were careless on both ends. So, again, we got stagnant, but we wasn't executing before. We just got some guys that jump up and made some plays, but the execution of what we need to do. And again, that's why I was disappointed, because we haven't been not executing here lately. We've been doing a pretty good job of executing. But you can't shoot 60 some percent in the second half and almost triple what, the percentage, and turn the ball over 20 times. That's not good basketball. And we did not play good basketball tonight. And I think it speaks to our team that we're talented enough. We got enough players to play bad and still have a chance to win. But again, it's one of those things that not at this particular point. And again, it's something that obviously I'm surprised by, because of just the way we've been and the kind of growth that we've taken. This was definitely a step back, and we got to really spend the night reflecting and soul searching. And we got to get up in the morning at 3 o'clock. So we play on Monday, so we got to be prepared and ready to go. And it's no time to be sad or down. Obviously we're disappointed, but you got to grow up. This is what college basketball is all about. In a week, we'll be playing Thursday and Saturday every weekend. So we can't worry about Thursday game when you got to be concerned about Saturday because it's carryover. So I told our team that we'll see. We're going to play a very good team on their home floor, team that, we had to fight to win here. So we'll see, as far as our character, do we show up and have we done this self-evaluation and reflected on how we play and what gave us a success. And again, the disappointing thing to me was what we did a couple of nights ago when we were at Portland. It's definitely not what we did tonight. So I thought we were a little bit further along. And again, everybody can expect. There's a lot of teams at this point. It's Christmas and guys think about going home and different things like that. But again, the focus that we've had in practice and the work that we've done, I definitely didn't see this coming.
Coach, kind of piggybacking off when you mentioned that it wasn't the basketball that you guys wanted. You guys held a team that averages 84.5 points to under 60. Is there a small part of you that's actually proud of that part?
Well, I'm always, when you lose, you don't, it's a tough pill to take. Again, I thought we were us more the first half. Like I saw our team do what we did up in Portland, do what we did here last week, do what we've been working on to get to where we are and kind of putting it together. And in the second half, but I thought in the first half, I didn't think we were executing and I didn't think we were really locked in, even though we had the lead and, all of that kind of stuff, but we just still were making bad plays. And again, it may not look like that to a fan or to the media because you maybe don't know what's supposed to be going on. And, you just see a play and we end up making a shot and you're like, oh, that's 3 points or that's 2 more points. But when the timing wasn't there and guys weren't in their right spots, and some of that was the reason why we had turnovers. Guys expecting guys to be places that they weren't. And it wasn't one person. It was a group of us. I'm proud of the first half to have a team like that and you defend like that. But I told our guys, I think they had 18 at the first half. Is that right?
Yeah.
And, they had 10 free throws. So I'm proud of the effort there, but we still fouled in some plays that we shouldn't have fouled, Again, it's just, it looked like we got to the point of, even on the bench talking with them, I thought we had maybe started feeling too good about ourselves and felt like we could just turn it on in a minute. And I think our guys felt like it was easy in the first half, that it was just going to continue to be easy. And they scored too many points for that to happen. And we told them that at halftime. You're a team that scored a lot of points, and if we don't continue to play great defense, we're going to be in a dogfight.
How did Dell's foul troubles kind of impact things offensively and defensively? It looked like he was in a good rhythm offensively, and then he got his fourth foul, and then that's when he took that.
Well, it really hurt us. And again, that was one of the things that, even when he had the third foul, I kept telling him, like, man, just make sure you don't get a bad foul. And again, I thought through his effort and his work, the fourth foul was a tough foul for him to get, but it affected everything because we had gotten to a rhythm that we could go inside, and it was really helping us and kind of slowing us down. And we had found a place that we could, get consistent scoring. And then on the defensive end, obviously after he went out, they got some easier shots at the basket. So it was a huge time there in the game that when he went out, I thought it really hurt us.
Considering all the miles you guys have traveled lately, you're heading to Fargo in a couple days as well. Do you think maybe this game was maybe just the team was fatigued a little bit, or?
I do, but again, just as a coach, man, our execution of what we're trying to do just not there. And I didn't think we had a lot of pop at the game. I thought we had a lot today at the shoot around, but I thought during the game, I thought our kids had some mentality to fight. But we just never, even down to the end, I thought we we made some plays there at the end and to make some plays to work, but just had given up too much, you know. And I'm grateful and thankful that we did get in a position to win the game. But we shouldn't have never been in that position. Not to take anything from them, you know. I mean, just the way the game was, we shouldn't have never been in that position if we do what we're supposed to do.
When you were in that position for that last shot, did you feel you got the right play, the right everything? I mean, you had Corey obviously out there in front there.
We did, because I thought, you know, we had to get the ball to the basket, you know, and I thought either we drive it to the basket and try to get there, or we try to pass it and get someone to the basket. And, I mean, I thought we had the play that we need. I mean, I thought he got bumped and could have been called a foul. But, you know, I have to go back and see that. But he's got to finish there, you know. I mean, we get a shot at the basket on basically a 3-foot or 2-foot shot, and we get a chance to put it in. I mean, we got to put it in. I mean, the shot wasn't blocked. You know, we got to score it. So I thought it was a good play. I thought the guys executed in the time that we had. You know, if he scored a basket, it goes in, the horn goes off, we win the game. And, you know, I'll be excited because we won, but that's one I still wouldn't feel good about, you know. And you take those, because sometimes you're going to play really well and don't get a win. But, you know, when you play bad and win, you know, you're happy that you won, but, you know, you still have the concerns that we didn't do a lot of the things that we need to do. To answer your question, I definitely, I think it's affected us. I think we've put a lot of time in as far as miles and on and off planes and a lot of different places. And, you know, but that's the hand that we were dealt. And, again, if he finished it, you know, we still win. But more importantly, you know, if we just play better than what we did, I think we could have got the win.
More questions for Coach?
Hey, man, thank you, guys. Thank you very much. All right. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Be safe. Merry Christmas. Thank you, man. All right.